I still just have my eyes on mid. I want to see how well Nisha does against Nothing to Say in this one, because I feel like, theoretically speaking, Lina should be one of Magnus's worst matchups. And considering you chose this as your overall first pick of the draft for IG.
Top lane, blood grenade's going to be there from G2.IG as X-Nova manages to take down Foxy.
Not a kill I was expecting. Do you reckon, I guess it's just fast tranks, right? Like, you're just going to try to trade with the line as much as possible, exploit the fact that that hero's kind of weak.
Mid lane,
all right, speak of lanes.
You weren't going to expect that one, were you, Sin?
What?
Nothing to Say takes out Nisha solo.
Am I out of touch?
Oh, he throws out a tip as well. I think
Like
maybe Nothing
what?
to Say. He's also a bit surprised that he got away with that one.
These two kills would have
Meanwhile,
been...
back on the top lane, we will catch the kill here with Monet. Ooh. Yeah, getting taken out there by the final right click of Boxy, but yeah, that mid, Nothing to Say.
That is just so surprising to me. Like, that's what's really interesting about seeing these matchups sometimes. I'm not going to take the result of this and be like, okay, this is the conclusion of how this matchup goes in general. But
it's going to be another kill here for Liquid as the two of them get aggressive under the tower. Saberlight's able to take down X-Nova. So starting to pick up the kills there with that double stun duo on the off lane of Liquid.
Yeah. You know, relatively fragile, especially early on in the game. Lina doesn't have the most health. Her move speed isn't the greatest, especially... I guess boots are coming out now, yeah, so that's going to help a great deal for Nisha in that regard of not getting caught up by the mag. Monet.
Trying to make a bit of a go here with the skeletons. Monet's going to turn over towards Boxy. They'll actually be the ones to get the kill first here, G2.IG.
Oh, if Saberlight dies here, it's tragic. All right, he won't. That'll be really bad in front of them.
Yeah,
so.
I think it was sort of like the big brain play from Nothing to Say, because maybe Boxy was anticipating that Nothing to Say would back up and go for his own bounty for the refuel because of the danger zone of the power rune. But Nothing to Say, yeah, just walks straight into it and gets away with it.
Yeah, I think, okay,
oh,
RP.
Stun setup there, but the silence does come in time from Baboka, breaking the combo a little bit, and that will give the chance for Nothing to Say to pop the RP and get away from Nisha. Boxy will end up going down to the shockwave.
6-minute rune, so very good stuff there from both sides, really. Monet in trouble.
Rotation from Insania. Slowing down that extra bit. Saberlight will have the stun at the ready. Comes in over towards Monet. Another stun to follow up from Boxy. They take the Spectre down once again. As
looking definitely solid for them to get ahead early on like this, but we've seen many a game how a late game Magnus and a Spectre can really get stuff done.
Look at the setup. They've got the burst from the Laguna, the follow-up with the Dragon Slave. It's enough to take Nothing to Say down. This time round, that movement from Boxy paying off.
Yeah.
Radiant are scanning.
X-Nova will at least be able to take that shield rune away.
Ooh.
Nisha bottom lane. Setups here from Insania. Can Mikke find the kill on this one? He can. Adaptive Strike takes down JT. Not only getting free farm now in that bottom lane, also being able to pick up some action.
A little bit on the greedier side with Liquid pulling ahead in lanes like this. They can maybe just stabilize and keep farming.
Ooh.
Oh, he caught him off
He's
guard.
actually caught him.
Oh,
Nice little bit of revenge there for JT.
That's the
just
second
walks
time
back to
today
the
we
lane and
see
takes
that.
him out solo.
very quiet. Would love to see this haste rune being put to use and then use the shadow step. For Liquid though, they're going to find JT.
They're going to try them for the setup. At the same time, be careful on the morph. Backup coming in from Nisha as well. Swings over from the mid. Drops down a Laguna onto Monet. It's not enough to finish him off. They'll lose Boxy. Mikke trying to finish off X-Nova, but cannot continue to chase forward into the three members of G2.IG. It will just end up being the 1-for-1 trade. But of course, a trade in which Liquid are able to take down that off-lane Doom, get rid of the core.
Yeah. It's generally balanced around being behind, right? If you think about games where Spectre's ahead, the win rate of this hero is absurd. And in this game, sure, you're behind by about 1,000 to the morph, but having these extra tools, the Blade Mail to farm jungle as well as Empower, could maybe narrow that gap a little bit. And
they're going to go for Saberlight, but he does have backup. As the stuns are going to come in onto the two of them as well. Laguna Blade to take out, Nothing to Say. Waveform for it from Mikke. They were absolutely ready for that one, as Liquid do just continue to very well read the moves that G2.IG are trying to make in this moment.
they didn't even get the one life. Doom and Insania still don't get
And
him
top
either.
lane, TPs are going to have to come in quick and faster to make sure that they don't continue to chase down Monet. But Boca turns up. In fact, they're going to have 4 heroes coming in to make sure that Liquid won't be able to continue to try for the kill onto Monet. Boxy should get left behind it. Gets caught by the shot and the shockwave. So again, getting something, but it's still just these line kills.
2-0. It's a lot harder. What I'm trying to say is it's a lot harder for IG to consistently dodge these plays than it might look. They're making some really good map calls about moving their heroes around to minimize losses in a situation where they recognize that this is probably one of the most dangerous parts of the game.
Let's try an attempt there with the open RP, but Boxy was waiting, turns with a finger. They do follow up with the Doom, so the kill will come off successfully. The stun's out onto the four of them. They go charging forward to take down X-Nova, nothing to say, and Saberlight, they've got to run from him. They'll be able to push him back here with a shot. Just continue on the retreat there.
That was a very important Light Strike array.
I
That
mean,
fight was starting to
floor.
look terrible for Liquid, but... Is that the Radiance completed? It is. So now Monet, sending out his courier here, needs to not get it intercepted, almost send it into the creep wave. Keeping it very defensive here. He's kind of anticipating that Trian will want to kill it, getting a bit paranoid.
Boca, very nice reaction there with the silence immediately onto Saberlight, meaning that they have the chance to turn things around to take out Insania. And by the looks of it, they're going to be able to get Saberlight the twice here. Has he got any way out of this one? He's completely surrounded by the four of them. He'll try and turn and bring someone down with him.
Oh,
Will get X-Nova with that
kill.
final crit. So still able to find something in the midst of it, Saberlight. They will lose the both of them.
What a Chad getting a kill there. What the hell? That 1,500 away from his. Magnus is about 1,000 away from his. They'd probably get it about the same time.
Let's see if they get the catch now.
But they'd
Groups up
rather get
two
the
of them.
opportunity.
And there's the
Oh,
jump.
nice reaction from Boxy, though.
Immediate Hex in return over towards the Magnus, but it will not save Nisha. As Nisha taken out, Boxy also to be chased down by Monet and JT as G2.IG, they'll take out the two of them. Top Roshan now, 25 minutes in. G2.IG knows that Liquid's going to attempt to try and take a fight around this position, but they themselves, they've got all the ults ready.
Nisha showing on this
JT?
ward.
Oh, they just sort of walk past one another. They're a little bit awkward. I mean, JT's ready to go, pots the BKB. Get the silence in on towards and taking it down low. Oh, he's going to miss it. Nothing to say, tries to get the grab onto Mickey, but doesn't catch him. And now it's just full retreat here from G2.IG. There's no more fight to be had. They'll lose Baboka. They will get the rest of them out of there, but not really things falling into place there.
Smoke again.
I mean,
Let's
they're
see if
super
this
strong.
time
I mean,
IG are going to dodge it.
Mickey now with the BKB, Lincoln's Manta around the Aegis. Incredibly hard to kill this Morph at this stage.
I think they're better off not trying to do it, IG. I think it's better to, you know, you have to go on other targets and kind of deal with the Morph over time. All right, Insania with the find.
Sending up onto JT. JT will quickly slam down the Doom in order to make sure there's no overgrowth to follow up. Nisha trying to get in with the catch, but the blink's there for JT over towards Insania. They finish him off. Stabilizes him with the stun, but the BKB's popped by JT. He'll opt for the TP out and make it out successfully. Anything to catch X-Nova? There it is. A Laguna Blade coming in hot from Nisha. Will take down X-Nova. So they find the Phoenix. The nice moves from JT allow him to get out of that attempt that...
I don't know.
I guess just really feeling that they have an edge if they can survive through the Wombo combo, the initiation from IG.
The Axe is definitely good. I'm not going to say it isn't.
No,
I'm just wondering if the refresher is going a little bit too much overboard here, and there was more value in just getting some real hardcore hitting damage.
So they can take Saberlight out. A little separated from the rest of the team. Liquid, they are closing in to back up. I won't even be able to take him down the once here. Saberlight coming in with a crit and the lifesteal will survive. Boxy's in with a jump over towards the Phoenix, catches X-Nova, but it's not enough burst. Monet going straight for the backlines as they look to chase down Nisha. Nothing to say, popping the BKB in an effort to chase this Lina down even further. Monet finishes him off. They brought down Nisha. See if they can get anything more. They take out Insania then, looking over towards Mickey now. JT and Monet continue to chase Mickey away from the action. Tries for a TP, but JT jumps in, gets the cancel onto the TP. They'll be able to take down Mickey. Triple kill for Monet. That is exactly what G2.IG were looking for, and I think exactly what Liquid were rather fearful of happening. A triple kill for Monet, losing that sort of move. It feels like it could start to get pretty rough, this one, for Liquid's end.
Yeah, I think this team fight is kind of a great example of what problems Liquid might have is when one of their two damage-dealing cores gets doomed, then what, right? Lina gets doomed there. They do a great counter Lincoln's play to just get that doom out with this with JT, and Liquid already, as their Lina dies. All right, well, we're gonna.
I mean, the fact that that's there, they know that Saberlight's nearby. Then they're gonna have the RP.
Yep.
One of those situations where the Aghanims actually caused a bit of an issue there for Saberlight potentially as it gave away his position. He will still be able to blink out to the side. But JT is in on the high ground. I mean, can they die for this? There's still 3 dead on Liquid, so there's not a lot to hold back G2.IG. They get in onto the high ground. Saberlight's going to be taken out.
Dire's top tower.
No, JT and Monet in particular, of course. These two gearing up to a point now where they feel borderline unkillable unless they get caught in a really compromised position. We'll see Saberlight try for the opening onto Monet, but he immediately turns. That's him going down the once instantly. And do they really want to still try and force something here, Liquid? I don't know. They're holding the high ground. Maybe see if G2.IG step up into it.
Again.
He's going to be able to find it. Taking a 3-man RP coming in from nothing to say. Liquid really in absolute shambles here, as they will see who they can bring down with them. They get Baboka, but that's going to be it for them as they lose 4 heroes in this team fight. It's got to be frustrating now for Liquid. These last few moments, it has seemed impossible for them to do anything against G2.IG and anything against JT.
Yeah, this is going to cost them dearly. They're going to lose at least 2 towers. Actually, JT just going. He's just going for it.
Look at him go.
Overseal Totem.
They've got the buyback. They've got to punish this. They popped the overgrowth. They will manage to finally put an end to sort of JT's reign as he just toys with them in this game.
Monet still has Aegis for 2 minutes, by the way, so that is just not a target whatsoever. Like, they are just leaving him down here alone to push because they know Liquid can't go on him.
Liquid, are they going to be ready for this? There's nothing to say. He's in on the base. He's able to get the catch onto Saberlight. TPs are going to be heading over from Liquid to see if they can at least provide some sort of safety to allow Saberlight to get out on his second life. Off to the side, they've picked off Insania. They catch him in the trees. Will at least be a bit of a distraction, allowing Saberlight to blink back to safety. And with this, just the kill, it's still enough for G2.IG to push up to the high ground. See what Liquid's response is going to be. The opening stuns towards Monet.
Okay, decent damage.
It's not quite enough, though. He's going to stick around, be able to finish that one off. JT will put the BKB. Looks like this time round wasn't able to get the catch onto Mickey. Mickey able to respond quickly enough. It was coming in from Xnova, topping Monet back up because he's still got the safety of the Aegis to rely on. They get the skewer back on Saberlight. And we'll get a little bit more time with this. We'll manage to find the reincarnate coming back online. JT tempts for the jump in from Nisha, but this time the Lincolns will keep Nisha safe. Monet, he'll jump over with the Shadow Stab. He's going in pretty deep for this one, Monet, but he's happy to burn through the Aegis. It's just the Aegis gone. He's going to be round for round 2. See if he can get out of this. There's 5 low blow straight there, but the RP comes in and it catches Mickey incredibly low on the morph. Saberlight dragged back as he'll try and trade with Xnova, but the dive away's there. Xnova will dodge the right click flying through, but of course the damage was done. They lose Mickey, they lose Saberlight. They have got buybacks available, but as against G2.IG, who's still got 4 heroes up, Monet could continue to get back on with the push. And the question now is from Liquid, well, what do they do in this situation? Do they need to buy back? Or it looks like just the 3 of them is going to be enough to cause G2.IG to hesitate from going for this push. So a little bit of fortunate breathing room, I feel, there for Liquid, considering the circumstances. G2.IG, they opt to play it very safe.
Yeah, JT had to go back to base to refill, so effectively you have 3 heroes there, and the enemy team has base advantage and potential buyback, so you're going to take the win there and back off. I think it's completely fine from IG to not give it.
Nothing to say. He's just going straight for them. Forces the BKB reaction from Nisha. They do catch him with the stun, the finger of the Laguna. It's not enough. Nothing to say will survive. Monet jumps in on towards Boxy.
That's a dieback.
He's out for 80. And now G2.IG with the tier 2 they've been able to take down in the mid. They can start pressuring both lanes. There's nothing to say. You can see him already looking for a grab on whoever steps outside of the base of Liquid.
It's pretty clear the mindset is, I just need to catch Lina in any way possible, because they know there's no buyback on Nisha, right? He bought back to find that counter kill earlier on when JT was extending into the base. So if Nothing to Say finds Nisha one time and gets that skewer, the game is over. So
anticipate Liquid going for them out on the map.
I think you either try to set up the really perfect Wraith King bait, or you're not this, at least. That's not how you want to
They're going to try and make something happen with it. They get the opening stun over towards the Doom, over towards JT. He's forced to the side. He's able to put the BKB as JT will successfully disengage. Mickey jumps forward over towards Nothing to Say. They will get the Magnus kill, but the Doom's back up. Drop down onto Mickey. He's got to back away. He's just going to full commit for the fight. He knows there's going to be no escape. But Boka's onto the high ground, ready to deal with the supports as he takes out Boxy. Boxy will turn with the Hex. Nisha hiding in the trees, trying to keep his distance. He throws out another Light Strike Array on towards Baboka. Pushing back as well, Saberlight with the Hurricane Pipe to keep his distance, but Baboka will go down. That was the gem dropped as well, so something to be found there from Liquid. They do use the buyback from Mickey.
They need to be careful. There's still RP.
But they might be able to have a chance of getting money. They've got the break hit coming in from Mickey. Wave falls forward, jump forward, Nothing to Say. He's in with a 2-man RP reaction, and they go straight back in on top of them. Monet and Xnova with the cleanup. Nisha trying his best to continue to keep his distance against these heroes, and it is almost working. It's enough. Nisha will take out Nothing to Say. It's a dieback coming into play for both teams' big cause. Nothing to Say out for 2 minutes. He's going to live. Glimmer Cape's there. X-Nova's able to make it out of there.
Clutch
Casualties across the board, but they're the big ones that stand out. Mickey out for 100. And then on the side of G2.IG, nothing to say, out for 100 as well.
I'm really impressed with Liquid's ability to salvage that situation. To me, that was just game over when the RP
He's considering
landed.
going in on his own. He's going to try with a jump in, but he gets caught by the Light Strike Array. Backup coming in from Monet. They're in on top of Nisha. Is there anyone to get Nisha out of this? They try with the overgrowth, but the BKBs are up. They finish Nisha off. He's out for 2 minutes. Into the trees, JT starts to play around with Insania and Boxy. Managed to hold back Monet for now with the stuns. But there's still so much time about that cause. Insania just trapped here against the slow, painful death for the scorch over for JT. Boxy trying his best to drain them, will manage to get back into the fountain, but they're ready to die. JT drops the Doom down, puts a stop to that fountain regen, and with that, a stop to Boxy's life as Boxy was full. Now G2.IG just playing with their food now, up in the fountain, as they pretty much get everything. Saberlight, the only one left standing. G2.IG, they've got the creep wave coming in on the mid lane. At the least for Liquid, there's still a tier 2 top, but it's now a 29k lead for G2.IG. They're set to take at least a second set of racks and maybe even catch Saberlight. As Monet will get the vision of him stepping out on the top lane. Jeez. The money has rolled in for Nisha to have buyback available.
Pitiful damage. Wraith King blinks, crits him, you can't even tell. Yep, that's minimum 2 lanes. Maybe it's just the end, right? No buyback on Wraith King.
I mean, they're definitely going to try and close
Nisha
it.
has the buy. He will definitely have to use it here. And Nothing to Say is back in 15 with travels and RP.
They've got one more fight in them, Liquid. See if they can take anything away from G2.IG. The Ancient's exposed. Nisha waiting with the buyback. Now open up onto Monet to get the opening stun. And there's the Boxy State coming over. They've got the fortifications, want to keep the creep safe. There's the RP on towards Mickey. They force Mickey to the side, but Mickey will not survive. Taken out, Boxy to fall. This is going to be game over, surely. It's only Insania and Nisha left alive, trying with the defense here. But G2.IG, they're onto the Ancient. Very little left that Liquid could throw at G2.IG to slow them down now. As this game, Nisha, one more stun to throw out, but the Supernova's in the bait. They might actually be able to get the Supernova. They do. But it's only him left, Nisha. Nothing to stop G2.IG from claiming this game 1. As G2.IG, honestly, I think probably one of the best performances we've had from them so far in this tournament. Some really, really nice moves that did sort of render Liquid in a position where it felt like they just couldn't do anything to get out of that game.
From my perspective, the whole Dawn Tusk lane that when he was playing with Shopify Rebellion, that they were running with great success at one recent LAN. I don't know for a fact that lane is going to destroy IG's bottom lane here. I think CK is one of the better carries at handling it. As well, they're not good at handling this one. That will be a nice first blood for Nisha.
Very nicely handed to him there.
Is somewhat floatable with a little bit of an early help from the Ench. Okay, we might see another fight here.
Bounty is going to be grabbed. See if they can take down Monet. They certainly can. That's the CK gone. A bit of damage coming out return from Nothing to Say, but he'll still be the one to go down before they get the kill onto Boxy. So, a couple of kills there.
Dawn, you just die. So at the very least, they can stabilize there. But yeah, I don't know. Like, maybe this Chaos Strike nerf is enough that the harassment they put on Monet will be meaningful enough.
Mid?
Nothing to Say is kind of just okay.
I mean,
he's just dead.
He could not have hoped for a better start this game, right? Gets first blood, gets a couple of assists before the game really begins, and now on top of that, he's getting the solo kill
and
in the
tip.
mid lane.
I mean,
there you go.
Than that. Okay, yeah, great start. I mean, Nisha obviously is going to be having a great old time, but this top lane kill, you know, this is Ench's specialty, finding a kill here or there in the lane. Trade down bottom, though, it looks to be the case. X-Nova, maybe? Oh, almost fine.
Baboka. He's going to settle for the courier instead.
Yeah.
Doesn't get Insania, but he's able to get Mickey's courier instead coming down the lane.
He also doesn't have to kill Insania, in fairness. Just zoning him off allows him to play aggressively onto Mickey.
He was being very greedy down there, trying to hang around as low as he was. Does end up getting caught out by Monet and X-Nova. And it looks like the two of them might even get both kills. They do. X-Nova gets the double. Mistakes made there by Liquid on that bottom lane. Coming in from Primal, they want to try and see if they can dive under the tower and look for a kill here.
Yep.
They get the setup. Straight in they go. As Mickey will try and escape with a dagger through the trees, but there's no running away from this Primal. It's a great move for Nothing to Say, allows them to take out the carry. Insania.
He needs to be careful here.
He tries to poke back, but X-Nova's come across from the Twin Gate. They've got 4 heroes here. Liquid, they cannot afford to send anyone else up here. As G2.IG, they get the double for Baboka. They'll be able to put some pressure onto the towers.
These last couple of minutes for G2.IG,
They might go again.
Massive win.
They get the slow into the stun. He's come back to the lane, but he's completely on his own, Mickey. He's out again. As soon as he gets back to the top lane, the tier 1 tower is going to be taken down. Yeah, I mean, yeah, really exemplary stuff there for Nothing to Say. Not only forcing it once, but twice. That's going to be so crushing for Liquid.
And it's easy to say in hindsight, but like, look how aggressively Nisha is pushing mid. If Primal is not defending against this, what could he possibly be doing, right? Like, they're almost losing a mid tier 1. Nice Wisdom Rose steal here for Liquid, so finally something going their way. They will get both Wisdoms.
Might be able to get Insania.
He's dead.
More kills to be found. Nothing to Say, continuing to just pick up action.
Gotta really need to bring the numbers if you want to kill off this Chaos Knight. These two alone won't do it now anymore.
And G2.IG, they may be the ones to find the kill. They look for the setup.
Nice snowball.
But the backup's coming in, Nothing to Say. Charges across, closes the gap and on towards Saberlight. Slams him into the ground. They will get X-Nova, but they'll lose Saberlight. Maybe not. He's able to pull himself away with a hammer. Boxy will go down, but Saberlight actually able to step away in time.
Nice
He'll
save.
escape from this one. Backup comes in once again for Nothing to Say, and this time JT TP's over. They get the drag back here onto Insania. Excellent tornado onto the 3 of them from Nisha. Might just be enough to buy time. The snowball's there. RP comes through though from JT. Nothing to Say, a couple of punches, takes out Insania. Further TPs are coming in from Liquid. Saberlight's back in action as he's healed up. TP's over, closes it on to Nothing to Say. The brawl continues down bottom. Over to JT. And Spirit Vessel charge thrown down upon him. Saberlight ready to dive in with the Starbreaker, but the Skewer is back up in time. The hammer, though, absolutely on target from Saberlight. Will finish off the kill, Nisha. As Monet dove upon underneath this tier 1 area. X-Nova is still sort of juking around by the tower, but Nisha, the tornado's back up, gets the double. Monet will fall. Liquid, they punch back.
And Nisha is on the hunt again now. Ghostwalk, the 3 vessel charges as mentioned, wants to find some sort of opening that they can Shadow Step on or that they can Solar Guardian on. That one will be on cooldown though.
JT,
but
it's going to be able to catch Insania off of the side. Down the EMP, cold snap a vessel on towards Nothing to Say, completely out of mana.
Just short there with the shards.
Nisha be able to line up another nice tornado. The stun dodged by the snowball save from Boxy. Still though, they've got the dust upon Nisha. Nisha surely not getting out of this one. The final crit comes in. Monet takes him down. G2.IG prepared for action this time round. The stun, the RP dropped onto Boxy. They'll make sure that Liquid, they don't get away with this team fight.
That was a 4-kill streak Invoker being ended by Chaos Knight, so he grabs himself a nice about 500 gold there. He's going Midas straight Orchid, a very fragile build where you can get punished by CK.
Nisha is going to get immediately caught there, tries to poke at them, but there's no hesitation with the RP and the Ice Blast sent straight upon him. They'll get Boxy as well.
Okay.
He'll make the work for it.
Yeah. He'll get him. Bonk.
But that was just an instant reaction there from G2.IG. They were more than ready for Nisha to continue to try and look for these sort of plays, these setups. I don't know if they're going to give that many opportunities for Mickey to really abuse sort of the Orchid timing that he has.
That's a good point. Like, one of the things we were really praising them for in Game 1 was playing keep away and not giving too many opportunities, and that's really what the Dire lineup are depending on here. They will find one.
Maybe they'll find the second. Stun connects on towards JT. This time round, Liquid, they've got the numbers in position, the full 5-man.
Well, they have pretty good... All right.
They're going to try and go for the backlines. They're going to go straight for the Magnus first, and they'll get him. JT taken out. Monte puts the BKB, looks towards his Stadia. Saberlight caught under the tower, though. He's out. Nisha with a Ghost Walk to escape away. So 1-for-1 so far. Monte's BKB coming to an end. Just poking from the edge of Monet. He's still got the ult ready to go with the Phantasm. I mean, Pox is going to go for a snowball, but...
Yeah, let's see where he ends up.
This is going to indeed be his own sort of self-made cold grave for him there, as there is nowhere for him to go.
That was some funny anti-synergy there. It feels like this 3K lead that G2.IG have is a lot more significant than in the last game when Liquid would have a 3K lead against that Spectre lineup. Because I just think the nature of how this dire lineup plays around Spectre was a lot more geared toward the phase that has just concluded, right? And you didn't win that one. In the last game, G2IG were geared to the phase that's to come, right? They had built around that part. And this time around, it's just very well covered for them. They're going to start poking the high ground. 2.5 minutes on the Aegis, so Liquid kind of have to solve this. All right, instant Orchid in. Just using Shadow Step as a teleport scroll, essentially, here.
And they're going to smoke up after it as well, Liquid. See if they can get a jump.
Okay, this is a huge moment. If this backfires, you just kind of lose, so you really got to make it work here.
They're going to try. They get it on towards the Magnus. Can they burst if they can? They'll be able to take JT down. The Ice Blast and the grab onto Saberlight will cause him to lose his life in return. Mone's in onto Mickey. Mickey's out of the game. A risky move there made by Liquid that does not pay off at all. Nisha will be able to hold back Monet, but there's nowhere near enough damage for him to turn and threaten this DK. Monet perfectly fine, still with 2 minutes left on the Aegis. That did not work out whatsoever for them.
No, it was even a good execution. I actually think the way they opened that on Magnus was really well played, but too much in the tank from IG. They get the straight-up counterplay. Monet gets in with the Silver Edge and finds the Spectre and more or less solo Spec without popping Phantasm. He just got one impetus shot coming in from Boca. Nice little snipe there from Liquid. Will probably stall things out a bit. But, and I guess, you know, G2IG come well prepared. This was an early pick, the Spectre, and they've definitely dealt with it. They got the Ench for the laning, they got 2 breaks, and they have Ice Blast. So, okay, they're just going high ground. They don't need the Aegis.
Remember sitting back with the smoke.
What is that? All right, it's gone. That's a tower.
I mean, Liquid's going to have to do something. JT, he's heading in, looking for the grab. He's able to get the jump forward, gets the RP onto the two of them, skewers them back into the Ice Blast. The buybacks will come out straight away from Saberlight, Nisha and Mickey. But can they really fight back against this? As G2IG, they back off. More than happy with what they got there with that beautiful jump. They'll lose X-Nova here on the retreat. They'll also probably lose Baboka as well as he gets caught by the cold snap. So the 2 supports found by Liquid, but they have to use the triple buyback to try and deal with what was an excellent jump for G2IG.
Cores. Maybe gonna try to look for it here.
They get in with the jump on towards the Primal, and they'll get it. They'll take out nothing to say, but Monet pops the Phantasm, the RP's there, get onto the 2 of them. Beautiful catches for JT, he gets the 2 cores. As that Saberlight Mickey out for good. No buybacks, of course, available from either of them, with them still on cooldown. Liquid, they've just got to get out of it, and they're not even going to get to do that. 4 of them dead. Only Nisha survives.
Is there?
I mean, that's sort of what happened last game, right?
Yeah.
Liquid, who would they have gone on at the end of that match?
The archetype is pretty similar, despite the heroes being very different, right? I guess the overlap for IG is the Magnus.
Okay.
And the Primal.
He's got to be careful, JT. He's got eyes on him. He's able to get the harpoon back, drags him over with the skewer. There's a heal coming in with the Solar Guardian, but JT's able to hold his ground, waits perfectly with the RP to just catch the 2 of them. Mickey and Saberlight out of the game once again. And they still don't have buybacks. I mean, they're going to try and fight desperately on the back lines, look towards the supports potentially in Liquid, but they won't get X-Nova. He'll live. They'll lose the third. They'll lose Nisha. Nisha also down without buyback. It feels like this game's pretty much over, Sin. There's just nothing Liquid seemingly able to do.
Yeah, that was a complete desperation move. 2 of their cores are dead, and they still force the fight because they're like, if we don't do this, we just lose the entire base. So kind of a Hail Mary, just throwing all their...
And JT, he's not done. He finds Insania, drags him out of the fountain. He's had an excellent day today here, JT. On the Doom and now on the Magnus, just really getting into the heads of Liquid. As their tier 4s, they're falling. Still a long time for any respawns, and they'll tap out. They know there's no coming back in this one. GG is called. G2IG will take this series 2-0 today against Liquid, and boy, do they look good doing it.
Yeah, I think it's just fair to say they were just better, right? And it wasn't, in my optic, it wasn't by a little bit. I feel like they clearly outplayed Liquid in this game.